Speedway?
I've had really good cars. That helps anywhere you go. I think part of it is this particular track entered the Sprint Cup Series in 2011, and the timing of such was almost perfect for me in a career standpoint perspective, because it felt like it was the first track, or really the only track, that I was able to go to where I was starting kind of even to the competition. You go to tracks like Dover, Martinsville, Bristol. Those racetracks, when you're first getting started in Cup, they can be a daunting challenge because they change as the race progresses, and they're naturally demanding tracks as it is. And so the benefit of experience can be very substantial at those tracks, where when you come to a new track and everybody's kind of even keel, I think that lack of experience across the field really benefits someone who's just getting started and kind of has an open mind and open approach. And in that sense, Kentucky kind of fit perfect within my career and how it got started in NASCAR at the Sprint Cup level.
Good to Kenny.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Brad, NASCAR started taking tires earlier this year and took them from several events, and it's ended up with one team being penalized, and their appeal is going to be heard tomorrow. No tires were taken after the Texas race. Does that kind of mean that maybe NASCAR feels like teams have gotten the message now, or how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's not fair for me to speak for NASCAR and how they feel. I do know that they've kind of set a very strong message, not just with the penalties they levied to the 31 team, but with some of the threats that they gave competitors at the end of last year and the start of this year to make sure they didn't go down this road. And in that sense, you would think that would be enough of a deterrent, but the real deterrent is continuously checking an item, which is why we have the technical inspection process that we do before a race, and why it's important to have it not only before and after the race, but during the race weekend. So, I think it really takes a three-pronged attack of managing that in all three areas, and taking tires is part of that. And I don't think it would hurt anyone's feelings to see NASCAR just make it a regular habit to check them all the time, and then we could be assured that there's a level playing field, which is so important for our sport.
Do you have concerns throughout the course of a season that some teams are doing something that's been found with it?
Oh yeah, it's natural. How the inspection process works is, very similar to how the police work. You try to be a deterrent because you can't catch everything. If you're speeding down the highway, probably 9 times out of 10 you're going to get away with it, if not more. But it's that 10th time and the penalty for it that is so severe that it makes you, not want to get too crazy the other 9 times. But it's important to have that constant threat to keep everyone in line. So in this case, there's a lot of excessive speeding going down this highway in this particular example, and I think it wouldn't hurt at all to continue the process and showing the face that this is something that is going to be taken very seriously.
Gary Graves, AP. What was your first reaction when you knew that there was going to be a test here in terms of really trying to figure out some of those things like the bumps? I mean, how helpful is it?
Well, I think we could get better here. We definitely all got spanked last year by Keselowski, so we look forward to the opportunity to get some laps here and try to find out how we can get faster. We thought we had a top 10 car last year, but definitely need to be a little bit quicker. And a lot of that, is just being able to get on the track and try things out. So it's a good opportunity today.
During that, have you noticed any difference here at Kentucky Speedway in terms of like the corner speeds being different than the straightaway speeds?
Yeah, the corner speeds are going to be higher everywhere. We were 18 mile an hour faster in the middle of the corner at Vegas. I imagine we're 10, 12 mile an hour faster through the middle of the corner here. The cars are really fast. The track's got a lot of grip this morning. I heard the lap times were a little slower last couple of days, but each day it's gotten a little quicker. And the corner speeds are way too high, in my opinion. And we need to do everything we can to create off throttle. We're on the gas a lot more this year due to the less horsepower. And the gear as well. We changed the gear, took a lot of gear out of the cars, and that creates a lot of opportunity to be in the throttle a lot more. So I think if we can figure out a way to create a little more off-throttle time in the corners, that'll allow us to have a better race, create more passing opportunities, be able to give us opportunity to get runs on guys. Because if you imagine, if I'm racing you and we're both in the gas wide open, I'm not going to catch you. All right, so I need you to lift. One of us needs to have a little problem to be able to catch the other. And if we're all in the gas so damn hard, it's hard to do that. But I think when it comes down to the race, the track changes quite a bit, and it changes grip, loses grip. You're not going to be this fast when we come back here to race. So these times here are a bit irrelevant. But overall this season, we've seen a whole lot more corner speed and a lot more on throttle time. And that's a bit in the wrong direction, in my opinion.
We're going to wrap it up here with Gary.
What do you like most about the start to your season, maybe compared to a year ago?
I don't know. I wish there's a couple races I'd like to have back. I think we had a fast car at Martinsville. We just never really got an opportunity to see what we could accomplish there. I surely felt like we could have finished in the top 5. There's just a couple results that we weren't real proud of this year, but our cars have been faster. I think our cars have had more speed this year than they did last year. We just got to, like everybody else, we're chasing the same guys and just got to find that extra speed that they got and keep plugging away. But I think Greg's doing a great job, and our cars, I feel like we're better prepared. And each year we've, even under Steve, we accomplished that. We would get more prepared each year, have a better understanding of what our goals and accomplishments can be and what our potential was, and we did a better job realizing that potential each season. So I think, we've, even with the change of crew chief and a couple personnel that we've got changed around, the teams continue to progress. So I'm real happy about that.
36. What do you think are drivers' biggest challenges driving here at Kentucky Speedway?
It's just so rough. The track is really rough. The bottom lane has a little less banking than the next lane up, and it's rougher. So there's that one lane that's pretty smooth and has a lot of grip. And for some reason, it never widens out wider than that on the top, so you got to make your passes on the bottom, and it's real rough down there. And it's hard to get a good balance for both of those grooves. So I think that's the main thing. It's pretty line sensitive. It's easy to overdrive. It's easy to miss your marks and get in some bumps instead of getting around them. So it's just it's a track that's got a lot of character. It's always you always got to be paying attention.
We'll wrap it up here with Gary.
Given all the challenges of racing here, when you look back on your win, how satisfying was that? And when you have a test, you come back for a test like that, how much more can you gain in terms of knowledge about this place?
Well, you hope to learn something every time you get on the racetrack, whether it's a practice session or a test session or a race. So you always hope to pick some things up from it. I haven't raced here a lot. A lot of guys used to run a lot of Xfinity races here, and I never did. So yeah, the first time I came here, or second time, I guess, whatever it was, to get the win was